We're gonna do another dose of Unknown for the Most Likely, and we're trying to basically do it in low connection. Artist known as Drug Beard. No, nothing against smoking marijuana. Yeah, no. Anyways, we're gonna talk about the universe and stuff. No, we're gonna talk about his music and other projects and stuff, and other stuff that's going on. Hello everybody. Thank you for everybody who's tuned in on the Harbor Signals episode. Go check out Harbor Signals on Instagram, everywhere. Bandcamp, as you heard on the episode, a lot of releases coming. So stick around, guys. Hey,
Oh,
we got this working.
how's it going? Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you well, brother. Hey, man,
Oh,
it's been
cool.
I know it's been probably like a hard couple of weeks trying to set this up, but we're finally
Oh
here,
man,
brother.
yeah. Well, cheers, man. I'm glad I'm able to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also,
man. It's been
yeah.
a little wild.
Yeah.
My work schedule kept getting in the way here, so it was a little sketchy.
Yeah, awesome.
But
Man,
how
it's
you doing,
okay.
man?
Doing pretty great. Last time I think, we talked long ago. You actually gave me you liked me some of your stuff, and I was just I was literally listening to it like every day, like for the longest time. It's just fucking amazing. Whatever,
I
good stuff.
appreciate it, man.
But yeah, Drug Beard. That's like a very pirate noise name.
It's the origins of this band are hysterical. It started off back in like 2015. I used to just hang out with a good buddy of mine and party, and we jam and we start writing songs and everything, and then the next thing you know, it turned into Drug Beard, and then we were set to start doing some gigs and record and all this kind of stuff, and then we had some trouble finding the drummer, and so it was the whole project was plagued with problems, and then the guy who I started the thing with, good friend of mine, well, or so I thought, ended up kind of just up and quitting, and left me with I had this plan, nothing to do, and no one to do it with. So then I thought, well, I'm going to just kind of do like a revolving door of musicians, right? Mm-hmm. Anybody I could find that wanted to get involved in it, and this is the thing, and so I ended up working with a guy that has been a close friend of mine for, I don't know, probably 30 years or something like that. We had played in many bands together, did some miles together and everything on the road and all that. And so he said, yeah, I'll help you, man. I'll do some drums and do some singing and whatever. And then we happened to run into another guy that was a friend of ours from high school, and he agreed to jump on, and he was kind of the loose cannon in the group, we made such great music together, the three of us, but it was like having three fucking maniacs in the room together, you know what I mean? And it just was it got nuts for a little while, and and John, or basically he did drums and a lot of the vocals on the full-length Drug Beard album. He doesn't really do live shows very often. anymore, and he's busy doing all sorts of like studio kind of work and things like that. So
Okay.
it just kind of, I kept it going as much as I can. I had there's a great band from our area, actually right around the corner from me, Voidmaster. It's a good story band, and so Nate from that band, he helped me out, on the EP that we did, and then from there it's just been Drugbeard's been on the back burner, really. I mean, because I started, I got into my like little noise project that I've been doing that for quite a while, and I it was funny because like I would have never thought to like even put anything out in the noise genre, but I had been talking to Eric, who God Knows God, right? And I don't know if you're familiar with them.
Of course,
I
am.
Yeah, I figured. Well, but so, and he says, dude, you should put this out, man. What do you because I sent him like one of my noise tracks, and one night we were just chatting about music and stuff, and he goes, yo, you got to put this out, so I did, and it's been a cool turnout, and so that I label it as DCLXVI, which is the Roman numerals for 666. So that's my noise thing, and so I started doing that on Bandcamp, and I started doing some work with like Mima Cass Records over in Sweden, and and then there's Ken over at Basement Corner Emissions put out some of my stuff, so it's been really great, So I'm just kind of enjoying the ride, man, just having a good time, you know what I mean? And I got scores of music like that I'm creating, and as far as live right now, I'm looking for some people, and I want to, because I don't think it would be right if I didn't at least get do a few Drugbeard gigs, because
it would be good.
We had such a great response to that record, like we got shut down during the pandemic, we were recording it, and everybody got locked down and all that stuff, and so it took us a little longer to get it out, and I ended up getting it out in 2020, I think, like October of 2020, and the record was like, I don't know, in the like upper 20s on the Doom charts that year or whatever, for I think in October, and it just caught on, man. People were digging the songs and stuff, so like I said, I would have been out there. I would have been hitting the road, man. We were so ready to go. Like I had everything just about there, and but then you have to expect the unexpected, when you're doing the band and all that stuff. So
Yeah,
but,
no, it is like that for sure.
That's that's the nature of the beast, man. And if you can't let that slow you down. So I said, fuck it, I'm just gonna forge ahead, and
you gotta do what you gotta do, right?
Yeah, man, but other than that, I mean, yeah, dude, it's funny the way the whole band kind of went down. That's
Yeah,
I get a kick out of it. Of course, it was kind of frustrating, because it's like you make a step forward and then you have to take a couple steps back, you know what I mean? And it's all stuff that was basically out of my control. So but I had a goal. The end goal was get this record out no matter what, you know what I mean? And sort of thing. So I did that, and it's funny. So you're in Canada, right?
absolutely.
So, dude,
Sadly,
back in like 2004 or 5, I was doing a hardcore band, right?
okay.
I was playing bass for we played with like I don't know, like Dying Fetus. We did a couple shows with those guys, and
Wow.
who else? Daughters. I don't know if you heard Daughters. They're like a
I used to be a
hardcore.
fan. I used to be a fan.
So we did a gig with them. You know, like bigger bands like that. Between the Buried and Me was another one we played with. And so we did a couple of gigs out there in Canada, and man, was that awesome. That was probably some of the best times of my life when we played out there. That was great.
Was it the early days?
Cool, you know? We had such a good response. And there's a video of it on YouTube, which is totally ridiculous. Like,
Love
the
to see
whole
it
show's
after
up
this.
there. I'll have to send you a link to it. But it's me when I was a skinny little 20-year-old, you know what I mean? Now I'm fat,
man.
at 46, fat, and, you know, smoking weed.
It's like it's the early days of Daughters. Yeah, and I used to be a fan for the longest time.
I don't remember, like, I don't remember anything about them other than, like, they showed up at the gig, and it took them longer to set up than it did for them to play, and they played naked, and that was pretty funny to me, you know what I mean? But
I guess, like, yeah, they all have fucking mental issues, and I feel like they tried to, like, come back, and they had a good comeback, and they fell because the singer decided to do something bad, and he got exposed.
Make some shitty choices, yeah. Well, hey, what are you gonna do, you know?
Yeah. Let's get past that shit.
That was fun though. We used to, that band was cool, and we, that band that I played with was called the Carpathia. And
Ooh, hell yeah.
That was a cool band, man. We, you know, again, another situation where, like, we did all this stuff and we got this far away, you know, and like we had great songs recorded and everything, and we were doing all the stuff right, and then I don't know, something happened, and you know, it's like, okay, well, we're not playing any more shows. So then me and the guitar player look at each other, we're like, okay, guess we're done. It sucks, you know.
Shit.
But yeah, because, you know, I mean, you know, we were getting some nice opportunities, you know, and had all the right shit going on at that time. That was like 2004, 2003, you know. So a lot of the bands that we played with wound up doing like Ozfest and all that stuff that year, and you know, and then of course, you know, we had to find the next ride home, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like,
mm.
what are you gonna do? But yeah, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, out in Canada, I was there like once or twice. Not well, twice,
Come back someday.
2 or 3 shows. I would love to, man. We should do Drug Beard out there, dude.
Bone and Drug Beard, let's fucking go. Let's get a show going.
I'm thinking, like, what you got to do is I got to go international first, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And then I can tell everybody in the U.S., like, yo, dude, I'm already huge, like in Canada, you know, and Japan, wherever, you know.
I think it would be sick. It would be really sick. I feel like it's been kind of really needed. Like, I'm meeting a lot of really great artists and shit, and I feel like the biggest thing of is the variety. What I like, and the stuff when I was like listening to like both of your projects have something. I feel like, you know, grab something and it's new, it's different shit, and like that's what I'm trying to do with Saskatchewan, because like we live in a Canadian Texas province that's a piece of shit province because it's just everybody's just like, you know, okay, so yeah, like God country, like Texas, like any fucking where else.
Is it like Letterkenny, like where you're at?
It's
like
worse than I think it's a little worse than that, and it's so bad. Like I feel like I don't feel ashamed of living here. I feel ashamed of people fucking just who are getting old and just too grumpy for change.
You know what it is, man? It's everywhere though. You can't get away from it because
fortunately,
it's a horrible spot here right now. You know, in the U.S. is lots of shit falling apart. So it's a frightening time, I think, everywhere, dude. You know, so it's like,
for sure.
So it's kind of like, you know what? Just focus on the shit that you love doing and music.
Yeah.
You know, whatever, getting stoned, whatever.
Absolutely.
Titties and
How
beer,
about
whatever it is you
titties
want to
and
do,
beer?
you got to do it, dude.
Good job.
You
I
know,
like
dude,
that.
I love Zappa, so shout out to titties and beer, titties and beer, titties and beer. But anyway,
I love
uh,
Frank Zappa
oh
too.
yeah,
Shout
man,
outs.
I'm like a super fan, dude. Uh,
Fucking great. I was like, I've like been thinking about trying to find Joe's Garage on vinyl, and then I don't know how hard it is to
I have
find.
it. I got it.
Ah!
Yeah, man.
Hell. But like, let's talk about some other stuff that you've been listening to, other than like like the noise. I mean, when did you get into noise completely, and you feel like, oh, this is really cool. This
Oh,
is not metal. This is actually just noise. Woof.
that I started really. I guess it was about, I don't know, maybe about 3 years ago or
Hmm.
so. I really started. I mean, there was always certain like noise groups that or projects that I was into. But there wasn't many. Like I followed like Merzbow a lot and
Oh yeah.
stuff like that, Boredoms and stuff. Like I still listen to that stuff quite often. And also there's this jazz saxophone player from New York, John Zorn, that I get into.
Hell yeah. That's I was trying to think about that guy's
Yeah,
name
man.
for the longest time. The
Like
other.
so that's the kind of stuff that and obviously too, listen to Zappa and stuff like that kind of stuff really brought like pushed me in that direction, to explore different kinds of music and not be afraid to just go nuts with it and do whatever.
I
So
feel like that's the greatest thing about, even doing stuff around like noise right now, man. Noise has been fucking evolving and shit. And
yeah,
people are be
dude.
like, oh, it's gonna be like mainstream one day. It's like, no, it's not.
No, it never will be. It never will be. It
But
never will be
yeah,
like that. But then again, you never know, because like we used to say that about like punk rock when we were kids, and then
yeah.
Green Day and shit, and then whoa, now it's like a whole nother world. Uh,
Like,
but
oh, we want to destroy shit in this fucking genre.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I
right,
feel like they don't need that
yeah,
because they are just like like they're panicking over more dumb shit than they
mm-hmm.
shouldn't, you know? Stuff like that.
Yeah, it was a
Um,
mess. It was
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
So,
But yeah, John Zorn,
dude, yeah,
damn, like
dope.
greatest fucking stuff ever, probably.
Oh, dude, he did this project called Painkiller.
Yeah,
And it was
yeah.
like grindcore,
Oh
and it's like
shit.
I think Earache put it out actually or something, like back in the day, and
Yeah,
that was good stuff. Like that, that and like I grew up listening to Slayer and Black Flag and
yeah, yeah, for
G.G.
sure.
Allen, and, Dio and King
Yeah,
Diamond, Asheron, all kinds of
yeah.
shit, crazy stuff, man. Voivod,
Yeah, for sure.
you
Absolutely.
know.
I've seen Voivod live. I think
I
the
never
only
did.
time I got to
I
see
never
him.
did. I want to, man. I would love to. They were just. I think they were just like near me. I'm about like an hour from Philly,
Yeah.
and I think they were just through, or maybe it's coming soon. I don't remember, but I thought I just recently saw something that they were playing. But
Yeah, man. Oh, fuck. Like I'm just I've been trying to try to make something out of this scene in my part of like in Saskatoon. Like we have lost a scene where it's like we have to we're stuck in a box. Like I don't want to feel like the city is going to be that ever. So, because like we just have people like, oh, just putting stuff on Bandcamp and stuff like that. I mean, I'm just like, well, that's fine. Do your like, independent releases and
sure,
shit like that.
yeah,
Cool or whatever.
that's
But
what I
like,
love.
keep it alive. Don't like if people are gonna like quit just because they're like fucking just making them money so they can buy drugs. Why are you fucking doing it? That is like, there's been
Yeah,
some of the reason why I feel like some musicians have done that.
well, you
But
know,
you know,
every there's always going to be people doing whatever they're doing. So I mean,
yeah, but
I try
you
to stick
know.
to just try to stick to the most creative stuff you can think of. You know what I mean? Like I'm
Yeah.
always trying to push myself to do something different or sound
Yeah.
something completely out there that's, you know,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's hard because sometimes you think like, oh man, everything's been done before. But then, you know, then I'll hear something like that just like twists my brain, you know, and I'm like, oh, you know, and then I get hooked on that for a while. You know, it's like music is the drug of choice.
It's
Yeah,
a
you know.
great drug of choice. Yeah. You were
Yeah.
saying you were a Gigi Allen
Yeah.
fan. Have you
Big time.
caught that Merle Allen interview
Yes.
on Wine Underbelly?
I
That
think
was
it's
great.
beautiful, dude. I think it's beautiful.
Amazing.
Merle and I have a history with him. You know, back in old days, I had a punk rock band, and I booked a couple of gigs for the Murder Junkies the year after Gigi Allen passed away.
Oh,
And
shit.
so I never got to see Gigi, but like I met Merle many times, and Dino and all them, and and you know, Merle was always just such a great dude, and you know, you think like, oh, these guys are maniacs. Listen, they're singing about cocks on the loose. They must be crazy. You know,
I
what I
think
mean?
the greatest
Like,
thing about it is
so
like
people don't, you know, there's a whole nother side to this.
exactly.
You know, and those two, but Merle is an awesome guy, man. And you know,
Yeah, he's a good man.
I've been a fan a Gigi fan since I was a kid, and you know, so I've always given support to Merle, and you know whatever they're doing, dude, because the guy's awesome. Yeah, that was a great interview, man. He's a great storyteller, you know, like he has all kinds of stories, you know. That's great.
Oh, I have so much appreciation for Gigi Allen growing up. I mean, I literally loved the music, even how like the lyrics were so fucking messed up. I just like the fucking rock and roll attitude of the industry, you know.
And you know, it really is. It's like you can like live vicariously through Gigi Allen. And you know, like I'd put that shit on when I was mad or whatever, you know, and get my anger out, you know. And, you know, not I'm gonna go pooping on people or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's yeah, it's funny, but yeah, I love that stuff. I still just yesterday I had on one of my Gigi Allen vinyls. It's like I got a bunch of stuff down here in the dungeon in the drug beard dungeon here. Yeah, so it's yeah. Have you? I'm on my phone because my computer is giving me issues. So I figured
I thought it would work on the computer, but I guess it doesn't.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Just to put on Gigi Allen too. Yeah, they're good. He always loved doing that shit. Always. It was it was so stupid. But literally, when I watched that hated documentary, like first, like shout out
Todd Phillips made that.
Todd Phillips, I still like that guy.
That's my favorite.
I don't give a fuck.
I love that.
He's a good guy. He's a good guy.
See this guy down here, KC Corinth. That's my homie right there, man. He's my brother, and Fu
What's up, brother?
In there too somewhere.
What's up, brother?
Guys. Yeah, man. They know. They've been around. They've been around doing this stuff for a long time.
Yeah. Well, I would love to definitely know about some of the subject matter you do put into your music, and what are the stuff that makes you really interested into making this stuff?
Well, I mean, it's hard to say, man. It's I do a lot of like with the noise stuff. It's more of, for me, it's like it's almost like a way to release your anger, you know what I mean? Or like
the best way,
you know, like it's like that. Plus I just love I love fiddling around with synths and all kinds of pedals, and you know, I've always done that kind of shit just for fun. So for me, it's just kind of an escape from you know, and do something different than your everyday, you know, just writing like riffs, you know, whatever, heavy blues riffs or something, you know. That's essentially what Drug Beard is just, you know, me and my love for, you know, just good riffs, like old school. Like I grew up listening to Danzig and shit like that, you know what I mean? Like the first Danzig album is like magic, you know what I mean? It's it's just so simple, and it's like it's perfect, you know. So like that's basically the kind of stuff that I don't try to be anything I'm not, you know what I mean? Like,
that's good.
With Drug Beard, you're just gonna hear good stoner bluesy riffs, and I'm gonna sing about
Beautiful.
drugs.
That's pretty beautiful. I think
it's the trifecta,
yeah.
the holy trinity in Drug Beard: sex, drugs, rock and roll. Right? That's all you need. I got the riffs. I'm good to go, man. So that's why I try to keep it light, keep it fun. You know what I mean? I always got like annoyed when there was too much, like when people put too much politics and crap in their music. It's just like, like I don't like to watch television that's about like stuff that's like too real. You know what I mean? Like, I don't escape reality, dude. I want to get out of here, dude. I don't want to be anywhere near the craziness. I want to be like on my own planet. I want to, you know what I mean? Be on my own planet, rock and roll planet. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like a space cadet, man. Like just everybody else fuck off while I do this creative shit. And if people like it, great. If you don't, whatever, man. I'm having a good time.
Yeah. Well, that's fucking great. I've got like about 4 minutes left on here and stuff, but we'll be announcing.
Dude, I had a great time talking to you, man, and I appreciate it. I appreciate you having me on. There's
absolutely, man.
No, anytime, man. Anytime you want to chat.
I feel like we should be able to have a blast off camera or smoke off camera.
Hell yeah, man.
Absolutely,
dude.
If you want to get one ready.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah, man. Well, I appreciate it, dude. Yeah, it's great. This is great, and I've been checking out the show as much as I can, and I've been following you for a while, and I enjoy everything you're doing, man. It's great.
I would love to definitely bring a bunch of the artists who all basically, who all know each other or something like that one day, because like seeing just such a big growing of everybody who knows each other and stuff. And I'm thinking of just like we should get a festival going or whatever. Canada, sweet, Saskatchewan needs it.
Yeah,
something
awesome,
like
there's a lot of great stuff out there that I think needs to be heard, and I think it's great that there's people still doing this underground type shit, you know what I mean? And like that's important, man, so but anyway, all right, man.
Light up, dude. Yeah. Right.
Oh yeah. Yes. You're bonging over there, aren't you?
I don't know. If I'm gonna get in trouble, I'm saving this shit anyways. But yeah, fucking for sure. Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna actually check out more of your stuff.
Yeah,
gonna be checking out.
Please do, man. Please do. And
yeah,
we'll
get something ready.
I'll try to keep everybody informed, man. There is definitely some new Drug Beard action coming. I'm thinking about putting out like an EP again, but maybe do some covers. I have a couple crazy ideas for some covers that I think will be fun, and I got a couple more originals up my sleeve, and so it's gonna be fun,
I'm really hoping to work with you in the future.
Yeah,
definitely.
man. I'll
write again.
Some noise, man. That'd be awesome.
Absolutely, fucking hell yeah. I have so much fucking coming. Well, I'll send something over probably ASAP. We have a lot of stuff going on. And thank you for coming on the show, man, dude.
Anytime, man. Anytime, and I'll spread the word as much as I can, dude.
I appreciate it.
And I'm gonna hit you up later. I want to send you a little Drug Beard care package there. Okay.
Oh, that'd be nice, brother. I appreciate you.
Yeah, man. All right. Take it easy, man.
Take it easy.